What is a blue belt? A blue belt is the second belt in Jiu-Jitsu. It's the second rank. It's letting people know that you have fundamental understanding of the basics in Jiu-Jitsu. How long does it take to be a blue belt? That is 100% dependent on the effort you put into it. I would say a good 1.5 to 2 years is a safe timeline. The techniques you should focus on trying to attain your blue belt defensively, submission defense, understanding of vulnerable positions you put yourself in, understanding that you can still be able to work out of these vulnerable positions with the right technique, with the right composure. Offensively, you should be focusing on the fundamental submissions from close guard, your arm bar, your triangle, your omoplata. You should have at least 2 solid submissions and 2 solid defenses from every position in Jiu-Jitsu, whether that be on your back or on the top. Promotions to blue belt can be very subjective depending on what academy you're attending. Some academies like to promote via testing. They'll bring you in, they'll make you test from certain positions, they'll give you techniques and you have to carry them out. Some academies put more emphasis on competing, so if you're out there, you're grinding, you're getting after it, and you're on the podium constantly, then that's pretty much an indicator to your coach that you're ready for the blue belt. Some academies promote on an attendance base, so you'll come in and they'll mark off your attendance cards, and after X amount of classes, you'll be promoted to blue belt. So it's very subjective depending on the academy you're attending, depending on the culture they have within your gym. But one thing that can help you throughout every academy that you may be at is attendance and effort. Do you need to compete to earn a blue belt? Short answer, no, but it does help you troubleshoot any techniques that you're having trouble with in the academy. It kind of verifies the techniques that you're learning within the academy. It's not necessary, but it definitely helps. The myth behind a blue belt is that you're able to defend yourself against an opponent who does not know Jiu-Jitsu out on the street. I think that's very true. As a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu, somebody who is dedicated either 1.5 to 2 years to Jiu-Jitsu, you should be able to handle yourself in a scenario where you might have to use your Jiu-Jitsu on an untrained opponent. A couple ways that you can get your blue belt a little quicker would be to invest in Jiu-Jitsu off the mat. So whether that be studying Jiu-Jitsu, talking about Jiu-Jitsu, breaking Jiu-Jitsu down while you're at work, thinking about the techniques you learned the night before, thinking about how you want to implement them in class that night. A lot of Jiu-Jitsu, the growth of Jiu-Jitsu takes place off the mats. You can only be on the mats training Jiu-Jitsu realistically 4 to 5 hours a day. So when you're off the mats, put in the time, do your due diligence, seek out instructionals, seek out training partners off the mat who know more than you, booking privates through black belts or through your professor, just taking advantage of the time off the mat. Blue belt is a huge milestone. It's the first belt that you accomplish in Jiu-Jitsu. It's the first little taste of progress you're making on this very long journey. You're starting to implement a game. You have certain guards, certain guard passes that you favor, that you've learned, that you're starting to implement on a daily basis. You can protect yourself off the streets. You know enough Jiu-Jitsu, you've been smashed enough in the academy to know that you need to compose yourself in a real situation in order to come out on top.